Welcome and good afternoon. Welcome, Adam. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining me. This is day 2 of Life Success Tips and Tricks, placing you in your flow. Yesterday we started with day 1. The topic was love, and as a recap of that, we spoke of acknowledgement, desire, practice, and how to begin really stepping into the state of love and releasing the states of ego that keep us bound to lives of where just basically the shit feels safe. We're in our comfort zones, we're in our routines, but we know, and it's just the knowing that each of us has inside of us that we're not fulfilled completely. So the life success tips and tricks that I'm sharing are what I've used personally to get myself out of that rut and to bring myself back into the light and into the place of comfort and peace, knowing that all is well and knowing that I'm in control of choosing which way my life goes next, creating that reality for myself. And just to quickly introduce myself, my name is Krista. I'm an emotional wellness strategist, and I founded a company called Balanced Love where I'm teaching and coaching others on guiding them towards their path of empowered emotional self-care. It's one of the most uplifting journeys that I've been on, and I absolutely know that it is one of my main life purposes here while I'm here with all of you, and I'm so excited to connect and share what I'm learning in the hopes that it will resonate with some of you, which I absolutely know it will. So on to today's topic, which is day 2 of Life Success Tips and Tricks, placing you in flow. The witness is day 2, and it's the importance of being your own witness. This is something that I've struggled with for many years and something that I'm now past for the most part, which is very exciting. It's that feeling of wanting to be witnessed, therefore to be acknowledged and validated and accepted for who you are and what you're putting out into the world. And it was a big hang up for me for many years. And it's something now that I've been able to release and to move past. And that comes with the love that I've opened up myself to for self-love, for just being comfortable with self and being empowered within self versus seeking the empowerment and the validation and the acceptance from those external factors and forces. So to witness myself is extremely empowering. The book that I was displaying in the beginning before we got started, and I'll show it here again, Daring Greatly by Brene Brown. And a couple of the pages that I turned to just the last couple days, basically what I like to do occasionally, I am a bibliomancer, and the bibliomancy practice is to basically take a text of what we consider to be sacred text. In this case, Daring Greatly is authored by someone who I consider to be very sacred within my life as a guide, someone that is mentoring me through and out of the areas of struggling with vulnerability and shame and how to, again, be empowered within. So 2 of the items that pulled from my readings were that we are visual people. So from that, it was exciting to kind of just apply that to today's topic, because as a visual person, I am looking outside of me to see what appeals to me. And then at the same time, I feel like I have this knowing that I too have that same skill or strength or whatever it is. And I'm then eager, interestingly, to see if it appeals to others. So from the witnessing perspective, that has been something that I've worked on as a way to balance and bring peace and calm back to myself, because it isn't guaranteed that I'm going to be witnessed in the way that I would like. If I am, it's extremely uplifting and I feel extremely charged, and I have an amazing community of people that do that for me and I for them equally. But more so right now, it's just about getting into ourselves so we can be in our own flow state, again, not influenced or attached to what's going on externally. So I mentioned that we're visual people, and the second excerpt that I wanted to share is, who should we fear and blame? And I wanted to read to you really quickly this page, and I'll share it along. So where she says, after doing this work for the past 12 years and watching scarcity ride roughshod over our families, organizations, and communities, I'd say the one thing we have in common is that we're sick of feeling afraid. We all want to be brave. We want to dare greatly. We're tired of the national conversation centering on what should we fear and who should we blame. So that was extremely powerful for me as well when I pulled that reading this morning, again, applying it to today's topic of witnessing yourself. And what I take from that is, who should we fear? What should we fear? Nothing. The fear, it's not about what should we fear. Let me open this back up. It's more about the awareness of the fear that you're feeling. Yeah, what should we fear? It's the awareness. Focus more around the awareness of how you're feeling as each situation presents itself to you. You're going to receive each one in different ways. So if you're buried under the details of what's presenting itself, then you're not going to be able to comfortably necessarily settle into the feelings and the emotions that are arising from the circumstances of that given situation. So we don't want to focus on what we should be fearing, but the awareness of how we're feeling. And when those fear moments arise, then how do we step through those, which is also very powerful and juicy. So I look forward to sharing more on that later. The other question was, who should we blame? And within the code of what I practice for my own formula that I have concocted over the last few years to guide myself through empowered emotional self-care, again, this is beyond massages and getting my nails done. This is what I'm doing inside, the inner work, to bring myself out, to bring myself forward into what I know to be true, but into the comfort of that. And that is a practice. That is a focus and a practice and something that you're choosing to be dedicated to because you know others. This is what's happening for me. I know other people that are in this place in their lives, and it's ridiculously amazing. It's ridiculously happy, and it's fun, and it's exciting, and it's playful, and it's exactly where I'm called to go. So that's why I choose to be on this journey for myself. So who should we blame? Within my code of the Glide Guide, which we'll see more later on, the Glide Guide reminds me that there is no blaming, there is no complaining, there aren't any expectations. I'm allowing myself to stay in flow so that I'm not creating the resistance and that I'm not fighting against the resistance that I'm then creating. So just to wrap up and to recap, we spoke today on our Day 2 Life Success Tips and Tricks, placing you in your flow state. Yesterday's was on love, today's was on witness, witnessing yourself, being aware of the fear as it arises, and then also remembering not to place blame on anyone, including ourselves. It's been a It's been a pleasure speaking with you today. I look forward to connecting with you again tomorrow on Day 3's topic, which is acceptance. That's huge. And I send you love and wish you abundant wellness. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Wisdom Wednesday.